Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the show. You see, I got my man Tony. How you doing?
I'm okay.
You got Mr. Tom in the house. How are you doing?
Yo,
Yo, and as usual, we'll do a little intro, and then we'll get to it. Lots of stuff going on tonight.
This is DWTT coming to you from the Emirates. There we go on our way now. Say hi, Mark.
what's going on? Happy.
And down there, what do we got? On the stoop, low, low.
Cool. Hello, we're at the Tollington. Hello. We're at the Tollington. We just saw a couple players go by. Bruce Nelson did 10 go. Hey, dude. Another player just went by. It's crazy. Another player just went by. This is great.
Hello, everybody. Wait, I got the music in my ears twice. Bad move on my part, but that's all solved. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the trip. This is the summer version. This is the transfer version. This is the crazy season version. And yeah, I thought, things are gonna be quiet today. Not much to talk about. Not much to talk about. And then at 11 p.m. UK time. 6 p.m. right over here. I was pretty much just done with work, sitting there watching some of the shows, and then bang, we all expected it to happen. Bang, we all expected it to happen, and we'll get into that. But
Sorry.
first, I want to say hello to everyone in the
Yeah.
chat. So, Big Scunner, City with a late bud. They all just woke out of
I'm
a deep slumber.
a bit
Ray,
upset at you,
welcome.
Gary.
What did I
A
do
little bit
now?
upset you. A little bit upset you because you threw to the intro, the long intro, but just before it, you said your exact words were, "There's lots going on," and I thought. You can't throw to the intro after telling a bold-faced lie. One thing is going on. We're just going to discuss one thing, and you know it. It's going to be one discussion about one thing.
There's a lot to that. It's a big story, and there's a lot going on. Might have something to
It's
bring
a
to the
massive
table.
story in the Arsenal community. I'm not disputing it, but
So
it's
yeah,
one.
so
It's
no, there's
one.
lots of. We'll talk. You know what? You know how this show works. We'll get into it. This is one of many things we'll talk about tonight. We won't talk about it for the entire show. You know how we do. You know how we do. As I said, once again, Big Gunner, welcome to the show. Ray, welcome to the show. Yeah, it looks like Manchester United wants to get involved as well. Mr. Tom is early, surprisingly early. Beat me into the back room. There you go.
I saw
Full,
the news and I was like, I'm getting my seat ready.
there you go. You got Full Nelson podcast is in the house too. For those who didn't know, Wednesdays and usually Saturdays they are on Wednesdays every week, but on the weekends, Saturday nights, you'll see them on there as well, or whenever the big wrestling match is on, they try to do that. So
Thank you, Gary.
check that
That's
out.
very good.
We
Yeah, very good.
all
Very good.
love Leeds is in the house. Thank you. That's probably a friend of Mr. Tom, or at least somebody who cheers for the same team. Welcome to the
Yeah,
channel.
a friend of Mr. Tom. A friend.
A
Yeah,
friend of Mr. Tom. So there you go.
yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Turner's in
No,
here. This guy's always here.
I did not create that. I did not create that.
You did not create that. See, there you go, people. So that is not the third brain, the third person talking in Mr. Tom's head. Yeah, it is not. Just in case you wanted to know, meltdowns
Ray,
are in full effect. You are correct. Let me go through these chats and then we'll get into it. Let me get into this. Yes. We'll talk about the bid and same money. Yeah. Why Not has joined us. Welcome. Why Not is in back-to-back shows. I'm loving it. We get to see him. Thanks for joining us. You'll get into it. You'll call me out when I make a mistake. I like that.
Why, why not fault like I did? It was like, yeah, something's happened. We're
Yeah.
gonna converge on the Arsenalness.
There you go.
We'll just
I
see
hope
what
you're doing
happens.
all right, Miss. Why not? Spencer is in the house. Welcome. Where is my? Oh, Big Scunner. You. Whoa. That's fighting words right there, Mr. BX. Charlie Ward jersey. You know what? Where is your North London Derby jersey, the white one with the chicken on it? That's so mean. Those are fighting words. You're lucky you're in North Carolina, man. You're lucky. Spencer,
I
yes.
got another question for him.
Yeah, we'll wait till that Maconomical has joined us as well. His number one target. We'll get into it. You have Florida going for a baseball natty tonight, but will you choose Gators over Rice? Oof. Hey, they only got 7 innings to go. So, or 8 innings to go. 8 innings and
You
yeah,
put a
8
lot of
innings to
things
go.
over rice, and it's delicious.
Yeah. Gators over Rice. Is it fried? Because fried. Oh boy, and looks like it's 2-1 now. Is that a run coming home? No. Bases. They're at the corners over here. No outs. So much for that. All right, so we'll get into it. Anybody else join us? Oh, Stan has joined us. Welcome to the show, Stan. Hope you're doing well. Get into that. Oh, Mom's in the house. Mr. Tom's going to then say he's going to be nice, but you just be yourself, man. Just be yourself. Everybody's saying hello. So let's get into it. I know, Tony, you wanted to say something about what's going on. So for those who didn't know, and let me just, before if you didn't know, Manchester City has put in a bid for Rice. It was expected. Arsenal was expected to put in a bid as well. City got to it first, right before midnight, but they're bid in 80 mil plus 10. The understanding is that they're like 2 installments. So they want to, West Ham wants that money quickly. That's pretty much, they've been talking about that all the time. So it's not necessarily the valuation as much as it was the installments as well. So we'll see if West Ham accepts. Nobody's heard yet if they've accepted yet, but that's going to be key. Supposedly they want at least 100. So we'll see. So Tony, talk to me.
Can't remember what else I say there, but BX spelling things wrong. Saying Bud instead of bid from City. But we've been expecting this for about a week. Our City to bid before we put in our third bid. I don't know if we get our third bid in or not, but I still think 100 million is way too much.
Yeah. If that's what they want, then they should pay it, right?
It's like 2 Thomas parties, though.
If that's what they want, then they should pay it, right?
If they use the player correctly.
If that's what so you're saying it's okay to spend whatever money they want for the player that they want. You can't say yes to that?
Nope.
You can't. So they shouldn't spend whatever they need to get the player that they want.
How many players do we need, Gary?
If they want this player, should they put the money down on the table and say, "Get me that player"?
Do you want to just do good in one competition?
You don't want to answer the question, huh?
Do you want to do good in just one competition?
If they want that player and they think that player is going to be the linchpin to this entire thing?
No, Gary, I'm not spending 100 million.
There you go. So you won't do what's necessary to get the player that you need.
What's necessary is 10 players.
What's necessary is if they think this player is more necessary than getting some players to plug holes, then who's to say they're wrong? So the assembled has joined us. Welcome to the show, Mr. Tom. Talk to me.
I think Mr. Spencer had said Man City is telling you he's not $100 million player. The only reason I'm going to disagree with that is because Man City are essentially playing the game of we will pay you what they pay you. As in, if you are willing to pay 100 million, they'll pay 100 million because they'll back themselves that he's going to choose them over you because he's going to choose Premier League trophies or. Well, I don't need to say out loud, do I? I mean, it's obvious what they can offer him, and it's not literally not just financial. It's like Calvin Phillips has 3 medals and played about 400 minutes. It's absurd, but it's facts.
It's very true.
And
true.
the reality is they are. I genuinely believe they are. I said this in discussion with Sam Greenwood in our group chat for the road trip, where I said, you are going to be mistakenly under the assumption that you're the only team bidding for this player. And I said at the time, I believe that was not true. And I've kind of been proven correct.
I don't think I don't think it's like rocket science, something new, some new discovery that Rice isn't only going to be bid on by Arsenal. I think that's where people are starting to get it wrong. They kind of feel like, well, Arsenal's the one bidding for it, so it should be easy. It was never going to be easy. West Ham did not want it to be easy.
I saw people saying this.
I know, but
you said it.
I never said. I said right now nobody's bidding. I said I know exactly what I said.
If we're the only team in the bidding, we should offer something lower, because who else are we up against?
Yeah, exactly. Because you know why? Because you know why I said that? Because why would I say that? Why would you outbid yourself? Makes no sense. Because because if Arsenal went out there and said, here is 100 mil, and they said no, and then here is 105 and they said no, here is 110 and they said no, then people would be laughing at Arsenal going, you guys are silly. Why should you, if you're the only one actually bidding, bid what they're asking for? It makes no sense. It's that's bad business, right? But what I believe Arsenal does is they put down a bid saying, look, this is as they say, like a letter of intent, right? Basically is what that is. Here, we want to bid for this player. We're willing to put down at least this amount. Yes, it's lower than you expect, but we are showing that, look, we are interested. I don't understand why they have to do that, but that's what they're doing. They're saying, they're telling the world, look, we are bidding on this player, and here's the amount we're going to start off with this number just to set the bottom.
That's
right?
Really naive for a big six club. That is a really naive way to do business.
That's what they're doing, and they've done it for all of their bids. Yes, all of their bids, they do that. You know why? Because if they turn around, you know how it works. If you went to a place to bid on something, and you bid and they accepted right away, guess what? You lost. You lost that bid. You know this. Everybody understands that premise. To then turn around and go, no, you should bid exactly what they want. And that's naive by bidding something lower. No. They bid something lower to set the precedents that they actually do want the player.
Just yourself, you said it. Pay the price. You've said it. Now you're changed your words here.
No, but
if you go to Best Buy, you buy the TV for the listed price. If you go to the grocery store,
this isn't buying a TV, Tony.
That's what they want.
No, that's what West Ham wants. They want you to buy it for the sticker price, right? That's what they want. Now, should you do that as a business? Should you just look at the sticker price and buy it? No, you negotiate.
You said yes because
I said
you said they said do anything they want to give a player.
Yes, but you're saying 100 is too much, and I'm saying they want 120. Now that there's actually a bidding war going on, yes, you're going to have to bid more, Tony. That's how it works. What is wrong? What don't you understand? What do you got? What does nobody understand? Now that there's actually another party involved, yes, you're going to have to bid a little bit more.
We knew another party was coming in a week and a half ago.
My point was, I was saying there was obviously going to be another party. So you've just literally just shown your hand immediately.
We haven't shown a hand because we haven't bid. We haven't bid yet. If we don't respond, then yeah. What do you mean showed your hand? There's no hand to show unless West Ham accepts the current bid.
We put 2 bids in, so we showed our hand.
Exactly. You bid twice.
They were not going to accept that, and you know it. You guys are making it seem like West Ham.
Why do it then?
Because they want to get it over with.
It's not going to be accepted.
Because they wanted to get it over with. They wanted to get it over with. They wanted to get this thing over with, put a bid in that really tempts others who wanted to get involved, and that's what happened. The only way this was going to end is if somebody else got in there, because they have no reason to accept anything from Arsenal, because they had a number in their head. They wanted to go back and forth. That's what they wanted. They got it now. So now it's up to them to pick a number and go with it.
Your team's becoming a stalking horse for the nation state clubs that they can basically then just swoop in. You do the scouting for them, and then they just swoop in and take them.
What scouting did anybody need to do for any of the players we were looking at outside of Havoc, because nobody was looking at him. You think about what player have we looked at that nobody in the world knew, that looks like a player that might be worthy of you picking up. Tell me, what player? Pick one outside of Havoc.
I'm not talking literally.
No, but you are. But if you're going to bring it up, then but it's not a good point.
No,
then.
but I'm saying like a Mudrick.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you froze on me. I don't know if you're saying something.
No,
Sorry, I can't hear you. No, you froze, so I didn't hear what you said.
That's shit that happens. Yeah. No, I'm serious though. You have really, really shit the bed on this if he goes there.
I think they figured out where the line is. I don't think you guys. Everybody thinks that if Arsenal put down a number, they were going to accept it immediately, and then it would be all over.
No, of course not. But the thing is, you've obviously gone so low that it definitely wasn't going to be accepted. But you've done it in such a way that then Man City have just gone, what sort of number will they accept?
So what do you think Man City's going to... You think the bid they put in right now will be accepted?
No, because now there's two clubs in the race. So West Ham are in the driving seat because now two clubs want the player. So
and
of
you
course,
think they
West Ham would be stupid. No, West Ham would be stupid to accept whatever you and Man City have offered. Of course, they'd be stupid to accept it. Why would they take it?
So this is a waiting game, and it was going to take another party. So why would you bid more than you have to if all they're going to do is wait it out?
Because it depends on how much you want to play.
But why wouldn't you want to try and get the best deal for it?
He started off telling me the same thing, Gary.
No, I said yes, yeah, but if you can get the player for less, shouldn't you try that first? You guys are saying no, they should just put down to 120.
All the time, Gary, you say that we need to bid more, that we do these incentives.
No, but I'm not saying how much more do you think I'm saying that how much more do you think I'm saying that they have to bid right now?
As much as it takes to get them, under your logic.
I mean, I'm quite happy to spend 120 million of Arsenal's money on a player that is going to go from a team I don't support to a team I don't support. Like, I'm perfectly fine with it. Like, if you want me to sit and go, just go straight in with 120, fine. But obviously, that is obviously naive too. But no matter what you've done, you've obviously done it wrong because now you're in a situation where you're probably not going to get your number one target. Yeah. And that is obviously disappointing because this time last year we were sat here going, if Arsenal get in the Champions League, if Arsenal get in the top four, then all your number one targets will always be more likely to join you because you'll have Champions League football. And you have Champions League football, and Declan Rice is probably going to be wearing a light blue shirt. You could disagree with me, but it's not an unfair comment to make.
Nothing you said is I don't agree with. It's just I don't think as a team you try to go as high as you can when you don't have to. Like I said, this is this is that whole thing like you're in a finals where you go back and forth and you're playing a series, and they always say this series isn't gonna this series isn't a series until somebody loses at home. This is what you need.
I have seen that before. Yeah.
This is what that is. Yeah. This is that first loss, and how do you respond is basically what's going on. So Arsenal needs to now show up and say, guess what? We got another player in here. West Ham got what they wanted. We tried to keep the number as low as we could. The fact that City only bid 90, which is still 30 under what West Ham bid, that's good for Arsenal because they didn't want to spend the 120. Now it's a matter of when will West Ham say yes, and if you're allowed to match, also, will Rice decide on one or the other? If Rice said his preference is Arsenal, and Arsenal and City bid the same amount, and West Ham has agreed, then supposedly he's going to Arsenal, right? Based on what they're saying right now.
The issue is, though, is how quickly that money is paid to West Ham.
Well, it has to
And
be
right now-
the exact same bid for it to work, right? Or it has to be a bigger bid that they're going to accept as well. So if they accept whatever West City puts out there, and Arsenal puts the exact same bid, right? Say they did that. I don't think they would, but say they did that. Then it's up to the player to decide because they've already said Rice is leaving. They said it. They said he's leaving. So the key to that whole thing is when will they accept a bid, right?
The payment structure will be more favourable to West Ham, more so now that there's officially two teams in the race. Because now they can literally sit there and go, no, actually, we want more of this money up front. Because as we've discussed before, most transfers, when there's more so when there's just one team wanting a player and that it works out for both parties, it'll get paid as lot for the duration of the player's contract. But that doesn't necessarily happen in this situation because you need to sweeten the pot, and West Ham need to be very sweet in this situation.
Yep. No, for sure. And as Assemble said here, this is an Nketiah contract. We know we're going to lose it. This is where I think Arsenal goes wrong a lot of times. It's not necessarily the big contracts most of the time. It's the small ones where they waste these little. They take risk and they lose money, and then those little risks always add up to the difference in the big contracts that they want to they actually want to get. Because if you don't pay Nketiah, if you don't go out there and put money towards like any of the players that they've missed out on, right? The zombies and the Nuno Tavares, that's money that they've put out. And if they don't take those big risks with a little bit of money, and you add it up, those are the difference between these big deals sometimes. So that's kind of how I feel like they lose sometimes, is that they take the risk, and it always is a big risk, and they can't be taking risks. They need more guarantees when they put pen to paper, right?
Tavares is doing very good in the
Yeah, but he's not their
21s.
player that they want. You know that, right? That's not their player.
I don't know why he's not. They want to go forward. He likes going forward.
Usually, Tom, makes sense. Usually, I guess they're not enjoying everything you're saying. Yeah, and that's going to be.
Ray's not liking that I'm pointing in the direction that you're not getting the player.
Yeah.
And Ray's clutching at straws with respect.
Yeah.
I've clutched at many straws. Don't worry. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's what you're doing.
He might be chasing Yuri Tillerman around.
Can I have a crumb of rice?
Yeah.
Sorry. Just has to be done.
Yeah. Nah, and that is key. The future negotiations will be an issue if they, people know. Well, here's the thing. This was always going to be a big deal, right? I mean, Timber and Lavia, those are deals that are more manageable because they're not going to get in the 100. They're not. The teams don't want 100 mil. So it's all a matter of how far do you want to go. So we shall see.
It's hilarious that 40 million is seen as nothing.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially
spending
from
money.
a second
He-
tier
no,
league.
Stan's made a correction. It's actually
Yeah.
they don't actually have. Yeah, sorry.
No. They might have the 90 mil, right? They just don't have the 40 or 45 mil that's required up front. All right. Back in the
I
days,
think
the
you
90.
have more money than you think you do.
No, but they don't want to spend it up front.
Yeah,
No. You know what I mean?
That's
They
a
don't
different
mind.
question.
They don't mind. They don't mind spending 250 in fees. What they don't want to do is have to spend 40% of that on the first payment. That's what they don't want to
But
do.
you potentially have like an extra 100 million coming in this season because of the Champions League. That's
They
like
don't-
bare minimum.
I hear what you're saying. They don't want to spend it, or else they
No,
would
I
have
get
already.
that.
Yeah.
I get
So-
that. I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but with the same respect, I still think you have more money than you think you do.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying they don't want to spend it, so it doesn't matter if they had £1 billion sitting in their bank account. They don't. They are disciplined in the way that they want to work these deals. Craig has joined us. Welcome to the show. Yeah,
You
it sounds like
realise, though, as with respect to your club, to your owners, finishing second and finishing fourth is the same. The prize is the same. You both don't. With second and fourth, you don't get the trophy, but you get the Champions League spot and the money that comes with it.
okay. Yeah, and so you're saying you should just strive for fourth.
No, I'm saying that your owners are.
No. Okay, the owners are
content
like
with it.
that. No, for sure. But I
That's
mean,
what I'm
as a
saying.
team, the players know how close they were to winning something. I hope. I hope they
So
do.
the and
Yeah,
is
and the manager as
your
well.
owners are perfectly fine with that.
Yep.
Gary, how many windows in a row have we missed out on our number one target?
By all of them, right? It's always been there's been a big target in pretty much every window. That for one reason or another we missed out on. Either they never wanted to go to Arsenal, or Arsenal didn't want to meet the valuation and the structure.
Even we got Rodrigo.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't
I
pay.
know what came with it.
Stop
I
it.
know
So
what came
so
with
stop.
I know what
You can't
came
bring
with
it.
it.
You can't bring up a player. Stop it. Stop it.
I know
You
we
can't
went
throw
down.
that
I
name
know
out
it's
there.
shit,
And,
all right? Just
no,
give me my small victory, man.
no,
Come
I'm
on
not
now.
giving you anything tonight.
I'll sit in losing
You're
every
going
week.
after our business dealings, and then you want me to Nah, I'm not having it.
Now, of course, I'm going after your business dealings. Of course, I'm going after your business dealings. Your business dealings are trash, and you know
Yeah.
they're trash because you come on here every week and you tell me they're
Yeah.
trash. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
what you're telling me. I'm throwing it back at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Alright,
I know my team are also gobshite, right?
I get that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
who's running my team? I couldn't tell you. Oh,
Yeah.
who's gonna be playing in the first game on August 6th? Couldn't tell you. Probably
Yeah.
not the first 11 that played against Tottenham. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, as Stan says here, yeah, it's going to cause a meltdown. But you know what? If Arsenal is big enough and strong enough, they will just do what they need to do. If they look at the news clippings, as they say, the tweets and all of that, then they will blink. They have to do what's best for them. The fans don't know how they want to spend their money. The fans don't know what they're trying to do. That's what I think they should be doing. Like I said, if they want this player, they should go get him. They knew once they put that bid in what they were planning to do from that first bid. They wanted to set a price lower than West Ham's expectations. We're almost there because we have another party involved. So, yeah. Yep.
I've got a great crisp segment for you this week.
Oh, very nice.
We're ratcheting it up a level.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I really wanted to just go ahead and get Casado, because one, it would have been less, and yeah, that's the key thing. It would have been less. It'd probably be
Has
more
he actually joined Chelsea? Has he joined Chelsea?
Not yet.
No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
No. Now, I mean, I believe that if Arsenal would have bid for Casado first and not Havertz and not Rice, they probably hopefully would have been able to close that one out pretty quickly because they supposedly have a relationship with them, right? But they didn't do that. They wanted Rice, which Rice brings what they want to the squad as a whole. There's lots of different variables for that. Casado for me brings a little bit, as some people said, steel. I mean, the man took out Martinelli. You know what I mean? So, and didn't even get a yellow. Yeah. So we need some of that on our team. We need some of that, and obviously he's going for the money, which is players. Some players, that's what they want to do. If they're good enough, they want to go for the money, and they should.
There's no loyalty in football like that anymore, Gary.
No, they should go for the money.
They all go for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm not against it. I'm against the idiots that create the contracts that allow this kind of shit to happen. I have nothing against the footballers themselves who have a family to provide for and a finite number of years with which to do it. Most footballers will get 3 or 4 contracts in their lifetime, generally. So it is obviously opportunities to maximise their income.
How much do you think Rice's agent will get?
I dread to think.
Now,
apparently,
is that
FIFA are captain agents, though, aren't they?
so? Is that
think.
is the agent fees, they're built into the transfer fees? Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, I kind of agree. If they're not going to put down a number, or they, you know what they should do? Put down a number that basically gives them the answer that they either want to hear or don't want to hear. Meaning West Ham's like, nope,
Juventus didn't get.
Yeah.
I don't know the number, but I know Pogba's agent got most of the 90-odd million that Man United spent on him.
That's
So I know
insane.
this is like 7 years ago. I know the agent got more than Juventus got. But to be fair, Juventus did get him on a free in the first place. So.
Yeah. So So, and they got what they wanted.
Yeah. Gary Sinegal, what's that relevant to anything? It's like the agent thing. They get a lot.
Yeah.
They get a lot. They get more than you probably think.
Then they got more again when United bought their own player back for 83 million or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, this is the main problem here, more than whether they get into as they say, a pissing match with the big boys.
I think that could be a good transfer.
Shut up, because now you made me be rude to you. That's what you just did.
Havertz was not going to be the last time.
Havertz.
Do you remember when Gary was such a polite young man when he would just like meekly sit and politely sit when everyone would be going rah rah rah, and now he's fucking telling me to shut up live on the internet on Monday night.
I know, I can't believe he
live
told
on
me
the trip.
Yeah,
Dude,
you're upsetting me.
The audacity in New York City on agent jersey, it rhymed more.
I could see it if he told me to shut up, but he told you to shut up.
I couldn't believe it.
I went after the short guy. That's what happened there. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't go after the short guy.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I can take your jibes, all right. But I'm just gonna fake complain about it, right?
Yeah. The Havertz deal will be the meme of this transfer window, unless he surprises people, or he doesn't matter what he does. You know what I mean? That's good. That's the problem with this whole thing is you've set up this window as a Havertz window. He has to outperform everybody based on what and nobody is expecting that at all. You know what? If Arteta's getting these players interested in Arsenal, and Arsenal can't close the deal, as many people have said, why would he stay? Why would he stick around? Why should he stick around? because they're not gonna, so they're not. They know the deal. City is in the building. They know what they need to do if they're going to compete with City. They just saw what
I
happened.
don't even have Pep's elite.
Oh, I think he knows what to. You know what? That's like saying that Phil Jackson is an elite because you know what? He
No,
never.
no,
He only
no,
won.
I can
He only won.
justify the
He only.
sentence.
He only. He
No.
only won. He only won a championship with Michael Jordan or Kobe and Shaq. That's it. Just three of the top players in the world. That's all.
No.
That's
The only
what you're
reason I
saying.
say I don't know if Pep is elite is because Pep has only managed the top teams with the top players everywhere
I
he's
just
been.
named you a player, so you just said Phil Jackson isn't a really good
I never
coach
said
either.
Phil Jackson. You said Phil
It
Jackson.
doesn't matter.
You brought
It's
the
the same.
NBA into it. I
It's
didn't
the
bring the
exact.
NBA into
It's
it.
the
I'm
exact
talking
same
Pep. I'm
scenario.
talking Pep. I'm
Do
talking about
you
bananas
understand?
and you're throwing tomatoes at me.
No,
This is
not.
mental, Gary. What are you doing? What are you
Similarities.
doing on a Monday
Do you
night? Are you
understand
all right?
similarities? Do you
Are you
understand
all right?
similarities?
I know you're upset over the rice thing, but
You know what,
you're just
Tony?
being a bit silly.
Tell him to stop talking. He's making nonsense.
You're the one that's making nonsense.
What is it?
Last week you're
All right,
saying we need to
Tony.
spend the money.
Tell us some sense now. Bring some sense to the conversation. Go on,
The
Tony.
sense of the conversation is you don't insult the team by low bids. You gotta say, here, what's the least amount of money you would take? And say, boom, here's your money. You don't wait around, stir around. You just go in there and you bid. It isn't good enough, you move on.
Do you think?
Like
Do you,
I keep
what do you?
saying,
So what do
we're
you
not
think?
in a position to spend $100 million on one player.
Sorry, this is amazing.
How many players, Gary?
This is the best.
Gary, how
Unless
many players do we need?
I always say 5 to 10, right?
No, you were saying 10.
I always say
Solid
5 to 10. I always say 5 to 10.
You do need more
You and
players.
you and Matt the other week were saying 10.
I always say 5 to 10, Tony.
You've been saying 10 lately.
I always say 5
Gary.
to 10, Tony.
I think you need
I
to
can
bring
find
in
video.
twice more than you
welcome
sell.
to the show. Yeah, and this is the crazy part. We wanted Mount first. Didn't get Mount, so we went with Havertz. So I don't understand who's in charge. Squirrels don't need computers, but they know where the nuts are. That is true. Yeah. 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 Steven, this is City publicly flouting the rules. Yeah. Yeah, and until if the league or whoever decides to make a decision on City, this is where we are. So got to
They
be able to
should
play
be
the game.
punished. I mean, there's obviously dodginess going on.
Yeah. If they want to fix it, they'll fix it. They don't want to fix it.
Yeah, because they want the best. They want the best players in their league for them to advertise the league, etc. And they don't care who has them.
True. Which is surprising because they always seem to be
Who's LG?
FFP. Who's what?
Who's LG?
LG. I don't know what you mean.
We'll get to it. Don't worry.
Okay. Yep. Stefan, welcome to the show. Yeah, you were right. Rice bid has been submitted by City, 90 mil, 80 plus 10, supposedly two installments, but it hasn't been accepted yet. So my understanding is there's two parts to this. If West Ham accepts, is it done, or does Arsenal have a decision to make? Because I think that's what Arsenal wants to know. What is actually the price?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Arsenal top 90. I think they're gonna have to, but we shall see. Hojun scored 6 goals and his price tag 60 mil. See, and what Arsenal just doesn't make any sense. So Mount, Havertz, Balogun are all things that make absolutely no sense. right? Balogun, what did he do? 23 goal contributions in Liga, and supposedly he's only worth 35 mil. 35 mil for he was top 6 in the league, was leading at one point, and Arsenal thinks 35 mil is a good price. That makes no sense. No wonder we're screwed up. Our valuation is so poor.
Yeah,
Our own
we
players.
want Eddie and Kelly as our only striker.
Yeah, but you're burning. You're burning yourself. You're burning the candle on both ends. You just like hurting yourself twice because Nketiah isn't the man, and selling for cheap is terrible. Gary, tell the story about Bear Bryant in Kentucky. Offered him a watch for winning SEC title. Gave Rupp a car. Bryant left for Bama. Oh, for sure. Go where the money is. You're right. You go right. I mean, the Pony Express, right? They bring in the big boys, and they had a good team there. Yeah, they go where the money is at Bama. Yeah. Tom's Dungeon is in full swing. Yeah, I don't know why Partey wants to leave. I think some people are saying this has nothing to do with footballing reasons. It's all personal reasons, which is, I guess, to be expected. Which makes this Rice thing even crazier. That they know he wants to leave, but they're not going to do what they need to get Rice. Because think about it, even if they sold at the worst case scenario is they sell Partey, but they bring Rice in, right? The Rice is that 20 mil difference probably right now. I'm sorry, the Partey deal would be the 20 mil difference right now. That might seal it. If you're going to lose Partey anyways, right?
Supposedly 40 million euros for.
Yeah. That's the Saudis. He doesn't want to go there.
I thought he did want to go there.
I thought he doesn't. He wants to go to Juve, is my understanding. Yeah. I don't know what these numbers are doing here. Yeah, I mean, personally, I always said, Biggs, Gunner, I get you. Trying to do big boy stuff, and we're not there yet. We needed depth, and now we're trying to go out there and fill, get the one player. And that's, if you're City, you don't need to go out there and get 5 to 10 players. You need to get 1 or 2. You just, because they have a strong base.
How many players does Juve have to sell to be able to buy Partey? No Champions League. It doesn't make much sense to go there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Right now, they don't care if the Premier League does it, but if Saudi does it, then there's a problem. Because the money's dirty. All the money's dirty. I mean, yeah. Right. I mean, because right now, City, right? They brought in Kovacic, right? I think his name is. They're looking at that Guardiola. That's supposed to be close to 100, and now they're going to go for Rice, and that's close to 100. So 3 players, almost 250, over 200 mil for 3 players. Must be nice. Yeah, that's it here, right? Stephen, Arsenal Misfit, welcome to the show. I think I introduced you, but
It's partly because the EFL don't fuck around when it comes to dishing
so
out
I don't understand. It's the same. Why can't the
It's
entire
not the same.
the footballing
It's not the
body?
same.
It's English football.
No,
I
it's
get what
no,
you're saying.
Gary. It's
I
2
know.
separate entities.
I know,
The
but it
Premier
makes
League and the
absolutely no
Football
sense.
League are different.
But my problem is that if Reading was to get promoted, they move up. So you're
Yeah.
it's not, you know what I mean? Like there's a relationship
Yeah,
there
but
with these
the
teams that
Premier
get
League
punished
broke.
in
No,
one
but
league,
the
but not in the
Premier League
other.
broke away so it could govern itself. Essentially,
Yeah,
that's what happened.
true. Yeah, no, it makes no. I get it. I just don't like it. Yeah.
No, but
I get
also
it.
you got to keep in mind the Football League have to be more shit hot on it because there's less money
Yeah.
between more teams. So it has to protect itself by stepping in as such.
Yeah.
When
Marcus joined the
this
show,
is
and he
happening to
says
teams.
Kai Havertz kind of looks like Declan Rice if you squint. I think if you close your eyes and dream, they look the same. You're right, but squint, no, you'll see a difference. Yeah, I don't know about any
Yeah, of
Rice
course I
baby
know
happening.
about the Football League. Of course, I know about
Yeah.
the Football League. I've spent a lot of time in it. Yeah, before anyone says it.
Mm-mm. Chris Nix has joined us. Welcome to the show. Kane wants to join Bayern. That's probably the smartest thing he said. If that's true, probably one of the smartest things he could do with his career. Can always come back and score whatever difference in goals. Kane's not going anywhere. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Ange to that team
Oh, I wonder
is a
why.
joke.
I wonder why Stefan doesn't like that move from Celtic to Spuds. So
Yeah,
what do I call him Spuds? Spurs. I wonder
yeah.
why. Wonder why he specifically is not pleased with that turn of events.
Oh, they adjusted his price to 50. So now the problem is it should be 75, right? Yeah, he could actually win something at Bayern. You mean like they don't need him, but they just keep how many Bundesligas have there? Bundesliga? How do you ever say it? League titles have they won in a row?
Bayern,
Like 12?
we
Bundesliga.
literally sat here. We
Bundesliga.
sat here on the road trip on that Saturday afternoon where Bayern tried their absolute best to not win the Bundesliga,
Mm,
and they still won the Bundesliga
yeah,
because
Barely.
Dortmund were like,
Barely.
"Nah, we ain't got it in us."
yeah, yeah, yeah. There is a relationship with the Saudi Arabian business that's is paying out in Chelsea. But I think that's hard. It's going to be hard. You could probably find that in any business. So it's not a direct like they own the money. They put money into a fund, and that fund happens to put some money into
There were
Chelsea.
concerns, though. There were genuine concerns that Saudi, because obviously Koulibaly has gone to Saudi Arabia, I believe. I could be wrong. So there was concerns that Saudi Arabia were bailing out Chelsea's financial situation. But apparently that is not the case.
It's hard to say they are because they're not paying. Like the only idiots who want to pay top money for their players.
Yeah.
Is the Premier League teams. That's the only teams.
Yep.
Saudi. I think I looked at the numbers and the loss. I think it's like £110 million loss that they're taking with the players that they're being bought at going to the Saudi league. So it's not like they aren't taking a loss there in terms of the back and forth of it. So you paid £50.
Koulibaly is the worst player I've ever seen. Oh no, sorry, no, I've worded that wrong. He's the worst player that everyone thought was great, but clearly had never actually watched him play. Because he was linked to the Premier League for about 5 years. And then he got here, and Chelsea lost 3-0 at Leeds, and they lost to probably Bournemouth or whoever. But terrible.
Yeah,
That's
no,
one.
I watched him. Like when I was watching him, I was saying similar things. It's like one, he looks old. He might give you a good 5-10 minutes, but then for the rest of the game, you're struggling. And it played out exactly that way.
He was being linked to the big six for big money. It was like, oh, he's gonna go to Liverpool for 70 million. That's probably gonna turn out that I've made that up off the top of my head. But yeah, as Stan's saying, biggest hype for a player no one had obviously seen, because if you had, you would have sat there and gone, he's terrible. I mean, it's clearly an example of the slowness of the Serie A making him look better than he actually is. Like, that's my opinion. People are free to disagree with that. You'll be wrong, but you're free to try. I mean, I'm a bit feisty. I'm just having a great time here on the trip, isn't it?
No, we're doing good. Yeah,
great.
yeah.
It's great.
So Ray, this is the part. The assembled. Sorry, they adjusted it to 50, but now because if you put a bid out, if you say you want 50 for a player, the other team's going to try to get it for less, right? I mean, West Ham wanted 120. Nobody thinks they should get 120 because that's overpriced, but they might get 100. So Arsenal saying 50, they might get the 35 that they wanted. And they might think it's actually a good deal for them. I think it's stupid. Stupid. Let me go through these chats real quick. I saw Mbappe. He's like, get sold, but he wants his money. That's really.
You know
That's
what? I admire him, right? Because if he gets away with that, he deserves the money. Because what job do you know other than in football or maybe like corrupt banking where you can turn around and ask for something like that and actually get it?
true.
The
Incredible.
NBA.
Incredible.
They don't do
That's why.
this. They don't do what
Yes, they
Mbappe's
do.
doing.
That's
did
what
that?
Durant and LeBron has been doing that, and that's what he based it off of.
He said, "Sell me, but pay my salary for the other team." That's not. They definitely don't do that unless everybody's been lying. You're the only one that knows that this money's been getting pushed underneath the table. Because supposedly, based on everything else that you see out there, the money has to match when a player leaves. So you're saying that's not true. You're saying that there's a conspiracy there, and that the basketball players are getting paid under the table.
No, I
Because they're
didn't say that.
well,
I'm saying that they do these short contracts, so they get paid higher money for just 1 or 2 years.
Yep.
Then the teams get in trading wars.
Well, I
That
mean,
before
you saw
they
what happened
decide
to
where he's
Michael
going.
Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, his last two contracts were what, over almost 60 on when you add it all up. The man was making like 5 to 10 mil for the years before he wanted to get his money. So players get their money.
He
So
was
is he
getting his money
was
from fucking Nike.
was
Why? He let that
exactly?
happen.
But then at the end, what did he say? Pay me, and they paid him. All right. That's
Look
what
at
that's what Mr. Tom's just saying. He's worth it, so they'll just pay it anyways.
look at Russell Westbrook. He made 54 million last year.
Yeah, he made that because he got all these triple doubles and stuff. So
I don't think they should pay it, to be clear. I think
Yeah.
they should turn the piss off. But
Yeah.
if they don't, I will say well done to him for getting away with it.
True.
He don't
True.
need 150 million. He clearly don't need it. But
Yeah.
again, as we were saying, just because you don't need it doesn't mean it's not your obligation to your family to get it.
True. True.
How
Yeah.
much does his agents get there?
Why do you care what the
Depends whose
agents
agent
get?
is.
Who cares? Who cares what the agents get?
Because
Agent
that's why we
watch.
get these ridiculous.
No, but we don't care. We care about what the
amounts.
fee is. Who cares where the fee's going? We don't like it regardless if 1% went to the agent, if 99% went to the agent. We really don't care. We don't. We only care
I
about why the
care.
fee has to be that high. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's a number that's really, as you say, a little bit out there. Yeah, until the UK government does anything about City, they won't. They are just what is it called? They are just their their threats carry no weight, essentially.
They're just trotting
Yeah, it's
along.
like, yeah, no, he's right. It's like the meme, like I've seen the meme where like people wrote like it's basically a bunch of like best way of putting it, like Arab gentlemen are laughing. And the caption is, and the Premier League offered to fine us £3 million. So do you want it in pennies? Because that's what they'll do. It's nothing to them.
Yeah. Well, that's
Absolutely nothing.
That's what City did when their first response to the 115 charges were, well, the person that's in charge of it happens to be an Arsenal fan, so we can't take this seriously. That's basically the 3 million in pennies or cents being delivered as either
I know the answer to this, assembled. I can
Yeah.
answer this.
All right, let's
I know
get
the
to it.
story.
Let
He
me
played
read it
against
here.
Leeds. This is
Let
the
me
only
see
reason I
who
know it.
remembers the name of the players Southampton bought who played for 10 minutes and had to be substituted as it was obvious he'd never played professional
Right.
football before. Wait, Mr. Tom. Wait. Let other people have a chance. I know you got the answer, but let other people have a chance. I know you got the answer.
I know people know it. It's just fun to tell it.
Yeah, you can wait. I don't know it at all because I know none of this stuff.
It's a great story, Gary. It's a great story.
Yeah. All right, give people a couple of ticks there. I mean, we've been going pretty much back and forth. Tony jumps in a little bit, but no, I
Fuck! I
I
keep trying to jump in, but you won't shut up. long for me to talk.
All right,
Yes,
go ahead,
Dan.
talk, Tony.
Correct.
So you're gonna tell us a story. Go ahead. So Graham, how do you say that last name?
Right. Graham Souness was manager of
Souness.
Southampton. Got a phone call from a guy named Ali Dyer. Ali Dyer, who phoned up and basically said, I'm the cousin of 1996 World Footballer of the Year, George Ware. Can I have a trial? Southampton went, yes. Don't get me wrong, you being the cousin of the World Footballer of the Year is like getting legal advice from a lawyer's brother. I don't know how it correlates that you'd be good at football. But Southampton, I mean, based on their dealings, obviously are not that clever. So they turn up, and apparently on the day where they were going to train, so they could have a look at him, it rained and they didn't do the training session. But they still registered him as a player. So he got brought on against Leeds United on Saturday. The training was on the Thursday or Friday, so they didn't get to see him play. He was so bad that they took him off 10 minutes later. In a Premier League game, they played someone just because he said he was George Ware's cousin. He wasn't, obviously. And then he basically just disappeared. It's incredible.
Did he get
It was
paid?
really bad.
Did he get any money? Because that would be the that'd be
Guessing
pretty
so.
cool if he
I'm
did.
guessing he did. I mean, how much can you get? Yes.
Oh, there you go. He's saying Tom's bringing it. Real Madrid want Mbappe. We should drop the 100+ million bid on Camavinga.
That happened in the Premier League, Gary.
That's crazy.
In the Premier League, like the top, even back then, at worst, it would have been the third best league in the world. If you want to say La Liga and Serie A were better in 1996.
So if I just said, you know what, I'm the cousin of Michael Jordan, I should get a tryout for
that's essentially,
basketball.
that's the NBA equivalent of what happened. You just turning up and saying you're Michael Jordan's cousin. Again, as I said, how does that translate to your ability to do that thing? It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Was it a worse deal than Tim Kallstrom for Arsenal?
But that's not the same thing. That's not even close. It's not on the same. It's a totally different spectrum, Tony.
What's that got to do with the price of milk in Denmark?
Tony, what you're bringing up something that's totally different spectrum, totally different genre of like craziness that happens in the transfer world. This guy never played football. Kim, what's his name? Kallstrom actually played football. He actually played football.
Not for us.
No, but he actually played football.
No, but there was a record that he had played.
He is a footballer, right?
The fact he wasn't good is on him, but there was still tangible evidence that he was a professional footballer. The fact you bought him with a broken neck says more about you than him.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't think it's unfair to say.
Granted, but just put 3 pairs of socks back in his drawer. Oh, that's all he was taking to on his trip when he leaves. Yeah, there is no way Yaka is leaving now. No way.
He's still gonna leave.
He's not gonna leave. Arsenal. If he was gonna leave, he would have left already. There is no way Arsenal. One thing Arsenal is disciplined about is not punishing their favorites. Right? They're not going to sit Nketiah sometimes. They're not going to sit Granite sometimes. You know, those are their favorites. All right, that's what they do.
Well, why don't you go to Leicester and get Tillemans and Madison?
Yeah. See, my sister thinks we should actually go and try that out. So we can see if we can get paid. I want a bonus up front though. If I'm Jordan's cousin, I don't do stuff for free. I don't even do tryouts for free.
I'm going to try and say that I'm Michael Jordan's son.
There you go.
Gary's better off saying that he's related to Ian, right?
Yeah, I could say that. Nobody in England knew who Wenger was, which I find crazy in '96. Ware had literally bought him in
It's
stage to
actually
collect
no,
his
it's
Ballon
actually
d'Or.
not that crazy. To be fair, BX Gunner, obviously the internet would have been in its infancy, so a lot of people wouldn't have had it. I didn't have it, and you've got to keep in mind the only places where he really had any sort of tangible footprint in the football zeitgeist would have been in Japan, where he mainly managed at the time, and in France with Monaco. But the football news didn't travel like it does now. So there'd have been no way of generally actually seeing Japanese football. So it literally was, who the hell's Arsene Wenger? Like, there's a clip of how Alex Ferguson reacts to Arsenal getting Arsene Wenger, and he basically goes, "This guy came from Japan." The most derisory way I've ever heard someone say the word Japan. It was incredible.
Are you sure about that, Tom?
That definitely happened.
No, I'm saying, do you think that's the worst use of Japan?
Yep. So yeah, this is as you can tell, this is my sister. So got the family in the house tonight. Everybody's they must have heard the rice news and thought it was us going over some rice recipes, but nah. Sorry, just kidding. But it's about
On our show, Tom, you didn't like my use of Japan.
what? What did it? What? Okay,
What?
okay, Mr. Tom, can you translate that for me? Because I didn't understand whatever he was about to say or said.
No.
You're his friend.
Sorry, Gary,
You're his
Gary.
friend.
No,
You're his friend. Tell me.
no. Sorry, I got to defend myself on this because Tony's doing the thing where he brings up something really cryptic from about 6 months ago that only he remembers.
last
He'll
week.
remember. But he'll remember, yeah, but it might as well be 6 months ago. But where you expect me to remember it in the same detail as he does. And he'll be like, "Oh, do you remember that? Do you remember that thing that happened in Nigeria in 1992?
You're the
And I'll
one
be
that
sat here
remembers
like,
all that bullshit, Tom.
I do remember a lot of. Oh, it's wrestling bullshit. I do remember a lot of wrestling
Mm.
bullshit. But it's
You
Japan.
don't, you
What
don't
does that have
remember
to do?
something from last Wednesday?
Why is he
Because he's
bringing that
doing,
up
yeah,
today?
because he's
Don't you have a show to talk about this nonsense? Because I know
yeah,
absolutely. I
dude.
can't even. Yeah. So why is he bringing it up now?
Because you mentioned Japanese, and Tom didn't really like my use of Jap.
Oh, yeah. He said that he did. He said Japan in the way that Hulk Hogan once said it. That was it, Gary.
Okay.
Really
All right. Let's
not
move on.
worth. Not really
All right.
not
Let's move
worth
on.
all the backstory.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Everybody saying hi
I've
to
never actually
this.
been. I was even part of it, and I've never been more let down by a discussion with backstory. So
Yeah, Tony's on a
I'm
buff.
sorry,
He's not.
everyone.
Tony's not buffering. He's just not making any. He's just talking nonsense. Or actually, not maybe not nonsense, but stuff I just don't know. I'm not. I'm
Was
not sure.
Arsene Wenger detailed on CFAX, Ray? Would that have been a thing before? And I'm not talking about once you signed him as your head coach / manager. I mean, like 6 months before. Would Grampus 8 had appeared on CFAX? Would the J League 1 scores have appeared on CFAX?
Yeah.
They would not have. I'm pretty confident.
Tony's been buffering since 2011. You know, he's been buffering since Maitland-Niles won the FA Cup MVP.
I feel like I'm
Trophy.
buffering with my body parts.
Buffering the wheels on his chair, more like. Too
man.
far.
So
Too far?
you guys be happy to know there is no more traffic on the Twitterverse. So it sounds like everybody's gone to sleep.
Yeah, won't start until about 11 UK time.
Can we
the chat, brother.
You know, it is 65 minutes. We've been chatting here. Have you?
Oh, sorry.
That's it.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, can we?
I don't know
can we
what.
do the
I don't know if
crisps,
this
please?
should. I don't know what this is.
It's a Japanese team.
Oh.
It might have been the team that Arsene Wenger managed before Arsenal. Can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Can I
Well,
answer Ray's
see.
question?
Please.
You can go to any store and buy rice chips. So there you go.
That's it. What? Okay,
I
Tony.
answered this
Yes.
question.
Yes, we finally got Ray in on the nonsense.
No,
He's scum to it.
I should block him for that nonsensical
Welcome
question.
to the dark side, Raymond.
Chicago Sam. Well, see, well, when I first heard of Grand Crusade, I thought, how's that going to work? They're 3 short. Ooh. I don't know what that means. I think I just said something bad on TV.
It's Grampus 5. That was a
Oh.
joke.
I don't even understand anything. I don't even know if I want to look it up. Oh yeah, before we get into
we haven't.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about Leeds. So Leeds manager, isn't it? Is it? What's his name?
No,
Farkey?
because no, we haven't got one, right? Because we, like as I said on the road trip, right, and I believe it's still the case. The owners or the lads that are going to buy the club legally don't own the club because it's not been ratified by the EFL because the EFL are more stringent with this shit. Therefore, we can't actually name a manager until they are legally the owners. Therefore, we can't buy any players because they have a
What
manager.
about selling? What about selling?
Oh, everyone's for sale. Allegedly, right? This according to the internet, and as you know, even as Gandhi said, everything you read on the internet is true. Okay, so on the internet it says Leeds. Most of the Leeds players have in their contracts that if a team from a top division comes in with an offer where they basically agree to pay 100% of the salary, they can have that player on loan, and we have to accept it. And then it's up to the player whether he's willing to go. That's pretty much every player.
Yeah. So why isn't Arsenal going after Tyler Adams? Yeah. You're gonna miss out on Rice anyways, right? It seems. You don't need him. You don't need him.
Allegedly, again, we are trying to convince Nonto. No one's actually made any bids for Nonto. That I also read that. Like, there's no interest. But we are apparently going to try and convince them to stick it out with us for a year. And then basically, if we don't go up, then yeah, we'll sell you or whatever.
Our 5th option. Oh boy. All right, so let's get into it. It is that time, Mr. Tom.
Right.
It's time for the crisp of the show.
We're going experimental tonight, right? Kind of. We're going to do what I call Mr. Tom's crisp roulette. Okay, and you're going to say, what the hell's that? Because it's not even roulette. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this delicious, spare ribs bag of crisps. Shut up, Tony's. I know you're going to say we've seen them before. You're going to open them. Oh, yeah, that spare ribby flavour. Delicious. We're going to take my patented Thai sweet chilli. All right, we're just going to dump it in here, all right? Right, the whole thing is in there, it's done, right? Now we're just going to shake it around, we're going to shake the bag. Am I going to get spare rib? Am I going to get Thai sweet chili? Only the bag knows for sure.
Spare rib on your first thing.
Oh, you want me to shake it again? Just to make it...
Still be spare rib.
You were correct. Oh, that was Thai sweet chili.
Sounds
Yeah, I
like
didn't
my
like the
mouth
kettle
hot
crisp
now.
from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, twice spare chili. Can you say that's such enough of my shit? And I'm going to be back next week with even more of it. I should try and see how many I can get into one bag.
You know what you should do next week, Tom?
So Stan's got a grill. So Stan, you gonna do a show from the grill the next time you're on another show?
Totally do that.
This is fusion cooking at its best. You got you've got Chris from the barbecue and Chris from the oven or the grill. I guess they're both from the grill, right? Depending on where you're getting your ribs. So there you go.
Which one's better, Tom?
Anything? Bueller?
No
It's more
ridiculous
of them than
scores.
I anticipated. No. Right, tell you what, I'm going to give it. I'm not sure if I can fully grade this, but we're going to go 46 out of 38.
46 out of 38. So you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's better than I thought it'd be, actually.
You've never given a score over 100%.
He has now.
This is the best one.
What are you
Where's your
mumbling?
notebook at, Tom?
The two best ones put together.
Oh, is that what it is?
Actually, I like the kebab one as well, though. That was good.
Wow. So after Gators scored 24 runs in the previous game, they're now down 9-2. And they haven't even got out
I
of the
just
fourth
wash it
inning.
down with a carbonated beverage, which I won't name.
Yeah. There you go. You're going full Edu. He's gonna be doing. He's gonna be instead of working, he's gonna be grilling.
Sorry, a question. What is it
We
about
can see that
Edu and
Pepsi
barbecues?
logo.
What is
What
it
is
about Edu and barbecues? What is the thing?
Brazilians like barbecue.
There.
I think it was either the last summer window, or the window before that, when he was supposed. It's the window starts, and you expect your director of football to be out there making deals. But I think they posted a picture of him grilling, if I recall. Some people are like, "Why is he grilling when he's supposed to be working?"
Well, it's funny you say that. Last week I watched the movie Bridesmaids for the first time. Okay. Shut up.
How are you
Don't say
just
anything.
now watching it?
Right, yeah, right. Point is, right, I watched it. And there's a scene where they go to a Brazilian meat restaurant type thing, where they bring round the meat and like you do like stop and go and all that. And just a bit concerned that may have like rubbed off on Edu if he likes barbecue so much. If you know the scene that I'm talking about.
They like.
Well, basically,
barbecue
they
in
went to this
Brazil.
Brazilian restaurant. Then they went to have their bridal dresses fit and stuff like this. But then they all got sick from the meat, and not necessarily at the top end.
All right,
And
let's
then
move on.
the bride scooted down into the middle of the road, and she evacuated, not at the top end, while in the dress in the middle of the street in the road. And
All
it
right.
was a lot.
You know what? Let's move on. I thought this is taking a turn for the worse. So let's move on. Stan's just gonna throw some shrimp on the Barbie. Ah, funny. Stan is now the director of football. He has a grill. That's all it takes. You get a grill, you become the head of football.
Just make sure you
Arsenal.
have one of those small little grill things so your shrimp does not fall through.
Don't blame me. Blame Kristen Wiig. It's her character's fault.
No, nobody asked you. You brought up the movie. Blew all those runs in one night. Should have. You know what? You're right about that, Spencer. You could have won 14 whatever it was yesterday and saved 10 of those runs for tonight. But yeah, I think at some point you got to shut down. You got to, as they say, call off the horses or whatever it is, and then just try to get out of that game without any injuries. And I think all they did was piss off LSU. You're dead. You're dead to him. Too much even for
It's
me.
all right.
There you
Well,
go.
it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time.
Yeah, Edu does like his girls. Edu's photos from yesterday are gonna be damned to Kingdom Come. Yeah, he was out at whatever that ascot thing is. Supposedly it's okay. He can do that because he's working really hard. So
Thank you for the tweet, Spencer. It's very kind of you.
yeah. So we are at the 75-minute mark. So we're gonna start planning to get out of here. It looks like the Florida Gators are gonna have to make a miraculous comeback. They're down 7 runs now. They still got 5 innings to go. What is it, Tony?
Why is baseball playoffs in college half as long as the season? You got regionals, super regionals, blah blah blah. World Series. You
Hang
just
on.
keep on playing.
Sorry, did you ask why the playoffs shortened it half as short as the season?
They make up for half a season. They're that long. Just keep going.
Oh, okay.
It's been going on for like 6 weeks already.
The season started like longer than I guess I don't know.
Jerry's had enough of us. He's had enough
I don't
of
know,
us so
Tony.
much.
It's just I don't know. They just I don't know. There's like hundreds of teams. The only way you can dwindle it down is doing what they do. Right? I mean, the regional has 4 teams in it, and there's 16 regions or something like that. And the super regional has 2 teams in it.
A lot of regions in
there.
America.
Well, that's just how they break up. Oh, stop
Fuck
it.
Yeah.
I think there are 16. 16, I think.
And like 8 teams and 8 teams make it to the World Series, right? So yeah. So it goes from 8, 16, 32. I don't know.
It's like March Madness over 2.5 months.
It started in February, he said. See, it started in February, and so
Team America World Police is better than Bridesmaids. You've heard it here first.
All right, people. So we are going to head out of here. There's nothing. Tom's Christmas of the show is a natural treasure. There you go.
There's no notebook this week. No
Spencer
question.
is a gentleman with refined taste.
Yeah.
Is
Tom
question? Banned from asking his question?
Oh, you want a question, do you? You want a
question? I don't know. An LSU player just got hurt, so maybe this is this might be the way that Gators come back. I think he got hit in the leg though, so that's not good.
Do you have a voodoo doll in your lap, Gary?
We need a lot of stuff.
What was the name of that guy on Major League? What was his name, Gary?
I don't know, dude. I don't remember that movie.
Clemson, the team in the orange. Clemson wears orange, right?
Yeah, they wear orange. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
Orange and blue.
So I don't know what happened there. Did he take a? I don't know. I don't know. I think what happened is I don't know what happened. They're not going to show the replay, I guess, because it's pretty bad. But the game has kind of stopped the players on the injury to the lower left leg ankle area. I don't know what happened there. But all right, we're going to try to get out of here.
Are you to say that there's like 5 trainers down there?
Can I read this out? Can I please read this out? This is brilliant. It's brilliant. This is right out of my wheelhouse of nonsense. Right. If Buzz Lightyear doesn't think he's a toy, why doesn't he speak when humans are around? This is Chris Dix's question.
Hmm.
Why? Why? But why?
So, so play got hit in there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. All right, I don't know. Orange and purple. Clemson, orange, and Regalia. All right, so let's get out of here, Mr. Tom. We're at 80 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've done a rice segment. Rice right now is well, there's a bid from City for Rice. Arsenal hasn't put in their third bid, so we don't know what's going to happen. We'll wake up in the morning. Maybe Arsenal will have put in a bid, or maybe Arsenal will say
You're going to sign. You're going to sign Declan Rice. You're going to sign Declan Rice.
That's what everybody keeps saying. No worries. Arsenal's going to get their man. We'll see.
We're in the middle of the fourth inning, Gary.
Footballer never goes against their first choice. Yeah, you're gonna get a player.
Yeah. Well,
Really?
we'll see. If Arsenal, like I said, if Arsenal wants the player, they should. That doesn't mean they just bet they put all the money up front right away. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't. Yeah. As you know, as much as you say these other teams are to blame, but like West Ham saying they want 120 for Rice is also, a thing too.
They're playing the market, though, aren't they?
I know. I just hate.
Responsibility to take advantage of.
So West Ham will do this, and then tomorrow they will complain that City this, City that, and it's like, but you are contributing to that. You are contributing
taking advantage of it to the level they.
Well, no, but then they're going to complain tomorrow.
They're not really competing against City, though, are they?
They're not, but then they're going to complain later on that because they're going to complain that it's going to be really hard to beat City because they have Declan Rice. Guess what? You sold them Declan Rice. You know what I mean? Same thing. Aston Villa, isn't it right? Sold Grealish to them.
They ain't going to get 120 million. I think they'll sell 100.
I think the first 100. I think the first 100 will set the value, and then it's a matter of how much up front.
Oh, it can go. Oh, yeah. It can go higher because as long as you're both willing to go higher. But the second one of you turns around and goes, "That's a bit too rich for my blood," then it's done, isn't it? But yeah, sorry. Sorry. I will. Thank you to everyone for supporting. Go on, Tony. Sorry, go on.
So I think either teams that put the bonus, that type of stuff in there, it's not just gonna be 100 million. Here you go.
What do you mean? 100 is the number.
But they're not gonna pay it up front, Gary, and they're gonna use bonuses and.
Well, that's what part of the valuation is, though.
Yeah, but they always use good bonuses.
Yeah, the 90 mil that City put down, 10 of it was add-ons. So I'm not sure what your point is, Tony. I hope you're right, Holly. Welcome to the show. I haven't seen the. Oh, I think Holly, welcome to the show. We are going to head out of here, Mr. Tom. Say good night to the peoples.
Yes. Excuse me. Thank you for supporting the show on this Monday evening or Monday night. Thank you for watching, contributing. Even the people that have made the comments I inherently disagree with, I still appreciate it because it adds to the flavour of the show. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting Gary specifically. And did you manage to get over 150?
Oh, it's funny you would say that, but you know how I said I checked it out the other day and it had dropped below the 150 mark? Guess what? We are over the 150 mark. So congratulations now. Thank you for everybody for joining and joining us. But we have hit we're at 151 now, staying steady right now around. So 151 people have said they want to be aware of when we're going to be on. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate that. So yeah, we're moving along.
It is really cool. I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. it's genuinely cool that out of nothing, like you've created something where like people who you don't know outside of this watch something you put out, or you sitting on a chair and talking to a camera, like a little camera up there, and, like you talk to it. And I know you think I'm rambling and stuff, but it's true, right? Because like everyone starts somewhere, right? And it's awesome, right? This is a good show, and more people should watch it, and you should tell your friends, right, to watch the show, and you should threaten some of them. Not all of them, because some got some squealers and they'll go to the police, right?
Yeah.
And nah. Well, maybe the tone is a little bit, but the point is the sentiment's right. All right, it is really cool, and I'm a big fan of the stuff Gary puts out. And speaking of that, all right, on Wednesday we're going to do, as usual, the Full Nelson podcast, and I believe Gary invited himself on. So. And you can do that when you're Gary because you have powers.
Yeah, I'll be on there for a bit for sure. Hey, you know what, Spencer? This is interesting that you say that. I definitely would enjoy doing a show about college football. I watch enough of it. I should be. You know what? I could talk about college football back in the days because that's when I watched it. So it's different for the Arsenal thing, but definitely, yeah, we'll talk about it. Definitely, I need to come on your show. You invited me on. I haven't said yes yet. I haven't given you a day. Definitely want to come on and chat with you. I saw your last show. Like I said, you had the boss on. You had Mr. Tom in the chat. So yeah, we'll do it. Everybody enjoyed it. Mr. Tom, anything else before you go?
Well, yeah, Spencer puts your comments up. Well, like when you write them on the screen, like he puts them up on the screen. Like Ray's got me on a ban or something because like he seems to just conveniently go over my hilarious comments. Oh, because they're not football centric or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, you're funny. Yeah. But anyway, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. It's been genuinely awesome. Right. I may have had a bit too much Pepsi. Maybe got a bit excited. But no, seriously, on Wednesday it'd be great. So if any Gary fans that ain't usually part of the Full Nelson family, join us.
Definitely, definitely should go and check it out. It's always entertaining. And Tony, say good night, Tony.
Good night, Tony.
There you go. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Nope.
All right. So we're gonna get out of here, but I did see your comment, Stefan. Yeah, the prices are pretty ridiculous. But as I like to say, it's we're talking sports a lot, but if you look at a lot of things in this day and age, they all are overpriced. People are millionaires making all this money. Any celebrity is making more money than they need to, and they keep asking for more free stuff, and they keep asking for more money. Same thing with some of the businesses and stuff. So it's kind of the world we're in right now. So it kind of sucks but that's where we are. Like I said, Holly said, good show. Enjoyed it. Stan the Man enjoyed it as well. So yeah, we will see you guys next Monday. Probably won't have a show next Monday. I'll just put that out there. Will be on vacation, but we'll have a guest host on the road trip this weekend. So check him out. Yeah, it is a he. So you'll
could be.
I know you will love who this guy is. So so check it out. And also, Sam will be back from his Asian getaway. He was I think he went to Asia for a better time, so he's back.
His excursion to the Orient.
Yeah. So he'll be back. I'm not sure what this blue M&M's thing means. Yeah.
Sorry.
Blue and orange M&M. So I'm hoping my team can make an 8-run, can score 9 runs before LSU scores 1, and make it a comeback for the ages. So we will see you guys. I'll see you guys maybe in the chat over the weekend, but if not, I'll see you back on the road trip for sure a week from Saturday. If my channel's still around, we'll see how that works out. Yeah. So we're out of here. I'd like to say life is a journey. Don't waste a trip. Enjoy the ride. We'll see you on the next one. Enjoy. Good night. Actually, yeah, good night.